Yeah.
Hello and thanks for joining me today. I'd just like to introduce myself for those of you who don't know me. I'm the Head of Debt Capital Markets at Arab Banking Corporation based in Bahrain. I've had that role since 2006. Prior to that I had the same role at National Australia Bank based in Sydney where I was Global Head of Debt Capital Markets, and before that I had roles with Deutsche Bank and Barclays based in Sydney and London. Today I want to try and explain to you and get you to understand the importance of debt capital markets both to the financial industry as a whole and particularly to the Arab Banking Corporation. As you can see on the first page of your pack, debt capital markets is a large mainstream banking product. It's not to be seen as something that is only done by investment banks or boutique financial houses. As you can see from your chart, 6 out of the top 10 players are the large commercial banks. The fees for this product globally have extraordinarily high growth rates. You can see over the last 4 years that this has averaged at nearly 12%, which for any sort of business in banking being reasonably mature is quite strong. Turnover. Also see that in emerging markets this growth rate increases to over 20%, which is very attractive to any business. This is why you can see the number of local institutions that are looking to push into this business. We've been established here now for 2 years and I believe have a head start on these institutions, and we can capture some of this growth. Also, as you can see from these pie charts on page 6, that the business in the MENA region is tiny as a percentage of the global share of fundraising. Globally it's 42%, within the MENA region it's still sitting at 3%. Therefore, if we just see this growth up to 10% of total fundraising, the cumulative growth rates of this business will be enormous, in the region of 50%. Therefore, globally, it is a business which should be undertaken by the banks. It is a business that makes even more compelling sense within the emerging markets. If you can see from this next page, the players in the market within the GCC are dominated by the international banks. However, that said, the number of issues currently being done isn't large. To move into the top tier, as in the top 10 banks within this region, we would only need to be doing 4 to 5 deals a year. That's 1 a quarter, which I think is very achievable if the bank can put its commitment and weight and capital behind this product. Once we move to that level, we get on the radar screens of the issuers, and from there I think we can move into the top tier. Our competitive landscape, basically the markets are dominated by the international players, Morgan Stanley's, Merrill Lynch's and the banks, Citibank, Barclays, Standard Chartered, HSBC. Local regional banks are making a push into this product. That's Emirates MBD, Dubai Islamic, NVAD, QMB. These banks, however, are parochial and very country orientated. Their ability to broaden outside their specific region is questioned, as the other countries won't want to be supporting those individual entities. Arab Banking Corporation, being based in Bahrain, which is not seen as a big, large competitor to these new financial centres being sponsored by the countries, and having a traditional base of lending across the GCC, I feel can be one of the very few players to have a pan-GCC presence, which also gives us an advantage. ABC currently also has a reasonable name in this industry, in the lending area, through the syndicated lending markets, which we can leverage off. Therefore, our vision statement, which we have got together, is to become the preferred lead manager of debt capital for ABC's financial institution, corporate, government and quasi-government client base. So that requires ABC to focus on who its customers are and then for us to leverage off those customers and bring in extra business and provide more product for ABC's customers. The products that we'll be looking at providing are bonds, medium-term notes, ratings advisory, convertible bonds, exchangeable bonds, and to also help the syndication of the leveraged finance being done by the corporate team. All these products will be able to be executed either conventionally or as Islamic products. At the moment, we're responsible for the origination and distribution of this product amongst 5 professional staff, 2 of those being recent graduates. And one of those just left. The next slide just shows the investment banking and DCM process and what's involved. As you can see, it's a very busy slide. I won't bore you with it now. Just to point out the amount of processes and work that needs to be done across this business and the small amount of staff we have involved at the moment. Ahead is our business plan.
That's it.
Thank you very much. It's been my pleasure.